As a reminder, Van Andel Arena is a non-smoking facility. In the event of an emergency, floor patrons may exit the floor via the aisles between your sections or at your point of entrance. Please note these locations prior to our event start. Thank you.
Everyone, here I am celebrating 2024 graduates. Can you believe it? Let's go, Philly on the street.
Philly, 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 Philly on the street.
Do you know what you're doing after graduation?
No.
That's okay.
I'm in the interview process right now.
Confident?
Yes.
Probably moving in together.
Nice. What else?
We're not. No, we're not.
No,
moving
it's
in.
not? Who's your hero?
Dr. Daly was my favorite history professor.
My mom.
The entire history department was wonderful.
My mom.
The humanities,
I was going to say my mom too.
as well as the political sciences.
You.
Oh my God. See,
Philly.
now
Yes.
it's Philly.
Yes.
Can you sing the fight song or the alma mater? Go.
I sing in every football game. I know every football game.
Come on.
How was your time at GVSU?
How did you get the microphone?
Grand Valley victory, as our foes will quickly see.
Wow. My time at GVSU is awesome.
Mine too.
Do you want to give a shout out to your folks?
Thanks, Mom and Dad. Appreciate everything. It's been great.
My mom, my dad, my siblings, my family.
I would like to give a shout out to the School of Social Work at GV.
Grand Valley Rowing.
My kids, my fiance.
Thanks to my parents and GV Rowing too.
To my friends, I love you all. Thank you.
Congratulations, class of 2024.
Good evening, and welcome to the April 2024 commencement ceremony for Grand Valley State University. Today, we celebrate the accomplishments of all of our graduates. We ask that our audience of family and friends stay until the end of the ceremony to support and show respect for each of our graduates. Thank you. Now entering the arena, the distinguished faculty of Grand Valley State University. entering the arena, the platform officials of Grand Valley State University, including the college deans, the senior leadership team, the Board of Trustees, Provost Milley, and President Mantella. Please welcome Felix Ngasa, Chair of University Academic Senate.
Good evening. Welcome to Grand Valley State University's commencement ceremony. At a significant university event like today's, we have an opportunity to offer appreciation to those who were stewards of the land on which our beautiful campus was built long before most of our ancestors arrived. As an institution committed to diversity, inclusion, and equity, Grand Valley recognizes the Three Fires people, who include the Ojibwa, the Odawa, and the Potawatomi, on whose ancestral lands we now live and work. President Mantella, our faculty and the candidates for degrees are assembled. These commencement proceedings are now ready to begin. Will all who are able please rise for the playing of our national anthem?
broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. O'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets did glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please welcome President of Grand Valley State University, Philomena Mantella.
Please be seated, everyone. Thank you, Lindsay and Andrew, for that beautiful rendition of the national anthem. You're wonderful examples of how our many talented students and faculty that are assembled here today. Distinguished guests, faculty members, proud families, and graduating class of 2024, we are gathered here today to celebrate your remarkable achievements. Yes. Yes. Commencements are about coming together to celebrate hard work, achieving goals, the realization of dreams, and the beginning of new ones. We celebrate being together in person and being able to look each other in the eye to express our gratitude to one another and to absolutely share the joy of the day. Graduates, for you, how many of you is this the first time that you're crossing the stage given the disruption of your high school or community college graduation? Can you raise your hands? Can you all see that? You know what that means, don't you? Friends, families, and colleagues, we must ensure that this commencement is truly special for these graduates. So let's hear it. That's beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, I want to keep hearing that. That sounds beautiful. But before we begin to celebrate our graduates, let's be sure you have an opportunity, graduates, to show your gratitude to your family, loved ones, and supporters who are here with you today. So I'm going to ask you to please stand. Graduates, please stand. You know, I give you your diploma, and if you don't follow directions, you don't get it. Face your families and loved ones, and let's thank them for their dedication, sacrifice. Thank you, graduates. Thank you, graduates. I would like you to also join me in offering a special thank you to our esteemed faculty and dedicated staff. They have been your teachers and your guides. Many will play that role for years to come as you navigate the complexity of life and careers. Our graduates and this university are stronger because of your dedication and service. Graduates. I also would like to acknowledge several people who are up here on the stage with us, members of our Board of Trustees, our Board Chair, Sue Jandernoa, our Trustee, Ron Hall, and Trustee Kate Pugh-Walters, along with Honorary Life Member of our Board, John Kennedy, and President Emeritus, Tom Haas. They have all shaped and guided this institution. And finally, before I address this year's graduating class, I want to acknowledge the members of GVSU's first graduating class who are volunteering at this weekend's events. The class of 1967 in our arena is 138 graduates, and they are great examples as Lakers of a lifetime. Now, to you graduates, I want to acknowledge and congratulate you on your academic success and your professional excellence. Around campus this month, I've been able to experience your innovations, your research, your academic activity through a number of showcases, recognition events, and special gatherings. It is truly inspiring to hear you speak and to see your work embody your love of learning and the impact you've made during your student years. You have pursued your disciplines, honed your skills, acquired new knowledge, and prepared yourself to excel in your chosen field. You have extended your relationships and had many uniquely shaped Grand Valley experiences. These muscles you have exercised through these years will undoubtedly serve you well as you step into the professional realm and pursue your ambitions. But what I want to do with my time today is to lift up for you perhaps the most important aspect of our shared journey, our humanity, building our character, our ethics, and how we treat one another. These are just as important as the skills, accomplishments, and credentials you have earned. You have had opportunities at GV, and you'll continue to have countless opportunities to nurture your humanity. It is much like cultivating a garden. You sow seeds of kindness and empathy and understanding. You tend to them, and they will flourish and grow. We've watched as you've grown during your time here at GVSU and how you have developed connections with and compassion for those around you. You continue to plant those seeds of goodwill, compassion, respect in not only your thoughts and words, but in your actions. Class of 2024, you've also shown a remarkable ability to remain calm amidst the chaos that has gone around you. And let's be honest, your class has had disruption unlike any other. There was no roadmap, there was no history book to read to see how previous students managed through the challenge of a global pandemic. You kept your calm, you focused on what you needed to, and you adapted. You remained locked into your goals. You leaned on those in your support network, and here you are today, getting the graduation moment that you so deserve and that many of you were denied 4 years ago. Your composure in times of chaos can also inspire others, instill confidence, and create an environment of stability and greater trust. This is so much of what we need today. Don't fall into the rhetoric of judgment and hate. Instead, elevate those around you with the beauty of that garden you have so carefully tended. It may not be apparent to you, but facing chaos with calm and humanity has placed you in a unique position to lead in the swirl of today's and tomorrow's opportunities and uncertainties. As you move forward from today, your humanity and your composure, along with your competencies, credentials, and experiences, are your priceless assets that allow you to think critically, act decisively, and lead with both curiosity and confidence. As Lakers, we can and must plant seeds of goodwill, compassion, and respect to inspire the best in others. You will undoubtedly harvest the fruits of your labor, reaping rewards in career, in income, but you will also be able to sow the seeds of enriched relationships, deeper connections, a sense of fulfillment derived from contributing positively to the well-being of others. Congratulations, class of 2024. Use and hone all of your gifts gathered through this journey of well-planned paths, delightful serendipity, and even unexpected disruptions. Now, I am pleased tonight to be conferring an honorary degree. Honorary degrees are a distinction of the highest order made to an individual who has achieved eminence in their profession while rendering distinguished service to our society. We celebrate them as an embodiment of the university's values and a source of inspiration for our graduates. And that's why I am so proud tonight to present an honorary degree to Tim Shriver. At this time, I invite Board Chair Sue Jandernoa, Provost Milley, and Tim Shriver to join me for the conferring of an honorary degree. Please. You can come right up here. Tim Shriver is a leader who focuses on building humanity through education and the importance of civil discourse. His leadership motivates people to listen well, discern intentionally, and articulate thoughtfully in this complex world. He is the chairman of Special Olympics International, where he grew the movement from 1 million athletes to over 6 million athletes, and unified partners leading the inclusion revolution around the world. Under his leadership, Special Olympics developed a holistic approach to support athletes, leadership, health, education, and family support. Shriver has harnessed the power of Hollywood to produce 6 movies that challenge unconscious bias and share the stories of inspiration. He is the co-founder of Unite, a group that works to promote a culture where we cross the lines that divide us and work on ideas that unite us. Shriver earned his undergraduate degree from Yale University, a master's degree from Catholic University, and a doctorate of education from the University of Connecticut. Now, therefore, by the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees, I hereby confer upon you the degree of Doctor of Public Service, honoris causa, with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. You may hood our doctor. Congratulations. Let's get a quick picture. At this time, I will ask Tim to share his commencement address.
Thank you so much. I think I'm a Laker. I didn't even have to pay tuition to get it, sorry to say. Thank you, Madam President, to the board chair, to the provost, to the members of the Board of Trustees. What's not to like about a university that has a Board of Trustees emeritus member who's named John Kennedy? That makes me feel very much at home. I want to congratulate, of course, all the students in interdisciplinary studies and education and community development and engineering and computing. I want to, in advance, congratulate Logan Miller, who's going to give a really fantastic speech after me. He's got to wait a minute, but I'm sure it's going to be better than mine. And I want to congratulate the parents. This is like a holy day for parents. I think we should name it the No More Tuition to Pay Day, right? So I hope the loans aren't too severe, but congratulations, parents. I hope you're beaming with pride as you see your sons and daughters and nieces and nephews and grandchildren down here in all their glory. What an extraordinary day. I also want to congratulate all those who've been working the hardest. You know, the nerds. This is the last time you'll ever be made fun of, because from now on, we're all working for you. And it's all the tables will have turned. I was actually pretty nervous about coming here to give this speech, so I called an Irish friend of mine and I asked him for advice, and he said to me, Tim, he said, you don't have to be nervous. The graduation speaker is a little bit like the deceased man at an Irish wake. You need him to have the party, but you don't expect too much out of him. So I'll be brief. Graduates of the class of 2024, you've got newly minted degrees, you've got freshly updated resumes, you've got an extraordinary track record of achievement. I come to you with a request, and it is not a request to join the Alumni Association or clean up your rooms or make sure you send thank you letters. It's a request from the athletes and families and volunteers and activists of the Special Olympics movement. I've spent my whole life in the Special Olympics movement, and I've learned one huge lesson. It's a pretty simple lesson. It goes like this: everyone deserves dignity, no exceptions. And the second lesson follows maybe from the first, and it is that it is through small acts of treating others with dignity that we change the world. It is not the big corporations. I'm sorry to say it is not politicians. It's not celebrities that change the world. It is those of you who engage in those small acts that Margaret Mead wrote, small communities of people who band together in service to and with the hope of change through dignity that change the world. So if you don't believe me, you could listen to the statistics that the president cited. 190 countries now have Special Olympics programs. They run in those countries over 100,000 games every year. Community-based activities. They challenge hospitals to change. They challenge schools to open their doors. They invite people to see leadership in all new ways. All of them through small acts of treating people with dignity. No exceptions. Now, if that sounds kind of academic, I know you've had a lot of academic training, but maybe you just imagine yourself learning the lesson by being a part of it. Imagine you go to a Special Olympics event and you're sitting in the stands and the athletes line up to run their race. And maybe you're scattered on a Saturday afternoon at a high school track. And here's what you may have been told. Those athletes lining up, they're a little less intelligent than many of us or you. Maybe they're less valuable. Maybe they're less competent. Maybe you're seeing them line up and you know that maybe that 12-year-old you're looking at down there, maybe she has a hard time in school. Maybe she doesn't get invited to birthday parties. Maybe her parents have to work extra hard. Most of that is true. So just imagine you're watching maybe that 12-year-old, maybe she has Down syndrome, and the gun sounds and she runs her race, and down the track she runs. And she finishes her race third, and she turns up to see her mom or her dad or her friends, and she's third place, and she's got her arms up in the air. And there's something for most of us that resonates from a very deep place. It is that all those stereotypes, all those labels, all those assumptions were wrong. They were wrong. That child is beautiful. That child is valuable.
That young woman is emerging as a person who can contribute to her community. That person has inestimable dignity. And most of us, when we watch those races, when we volunteer, when sometimes we run together with those athletes, just one glimpse of the unimaginable dignity of another human being is enough to change our lives. Just one time. And so many of us, what do you do after you see something like that? Well, you think to yourself, my business ought to hire someone with an intellectual challenge. My school ought to be inclusive. My faith-based institution ought to welcome those people. You think to yourself, if I hear the R word, I'm going to say, that's not cool. Yeah, that's right, and we need you to say that. So, what's the challenge from them to you? Maybe it's clear. It's not just to treat Special Olympics athletes with dignity. It's to treat everyone with dignity. That's it. That's it. It's not about those you can compassionately care about. It's about everyone. Treat people you love with dignity, and treat people you don't even like a little bit with dignity. Treat people you agree with dignity, and treat people you disagree with dignity. Treat people who are powerful that you need to impress, treat them with dignity. And the people that are powerless that you sometimes don't even notice, treat them with dignity too. Today in our country, judging people by labels and selling each other short and treating people with contempt has become an epidemic. We brag about how ridiculous the other side is. We get popular, we get extra likes. You know this on social media. If you can really humiliate and ridicule someone, if you can really make someone look foolish, you become popular. What we used to think of as something you'd be ashamed of is now something we celebrate and boast about. To be honest, it's killing us. It's not just dividing us from each other politically, it's dividing us from those we love, it's making us lonely, it's causing us to despair about our own country and the future. It's making us into a people that have the most un-American of traits, cynical. When I grew up, it was unthinkable to be cynical. It's multiplying anxiety upon anxiety. It blinds us to what's good, and it wounds our most sacred hope. We all want to be seen and heard and understood and to be a part of something bigger. And we can't get there with contempt. So, I'm sorry to say, graduates, with all of your gifts and with all of your skills, you're entering into a culture that will tell you, that will communicate to you, that will often be, I dare say, almost brokenhearted. And I'm asking you today to do the opposite of what the headlines reward. Make our country a no-hate zone. Make our country... If you see hate, if you can, meet it with love. If you see despair, offer people a lift. Our team at Unite has developed a little tool to make this a little easier. I encourage you to take a look at it. It's called the Dignity Index. It's a scale. It lets you rate or grade how you treat people when you disagree. It's kind of like a mirror. You note the way you characterize someone, and then you look at the index, and it gives you a score. At the worst, at the lowest level, you speak about someone you disagree with, and you say, they ought to be destroyed. That's the lowest score. They're inhuman. That's a 1. And at the best, at the top of the scale, you say, even though I disagree with you, I see myself in you. We share a common humanity. We will find a way through. That gets you an 8. The index is not only important, it's actually fun. So I encourage you to try it, and I think you'll find the most important lesson. not just that those people, that other party, that other group, that other community, that other school, not just that they should change, but that I too can be part of the change. It's not so much changing them as changing how you or I see them. And it invites us to locate our own center, the place within you that is untouched by fear, untouched by despair, untouched by distraction. There is such a place in each of us. I encourage you, as you think about treating people with dignity, to locate your own at its deepest core, and from there to try to see the beauty of others. Here's the bonus. When we treat others with dignity, we get our best selves back. Now, if you're wondering if I'm suggesting that you compromise your principles or silence your frustrations or shrink from debate, I am not suggesting any of those things. Young people need to challenge the status quo. They need to invite us to change. You need to remind us where we have fallen short, and you need to invite us to new ideas. I don't want you to compromise one thing you believe in deeply. But I do want you to add one principle to all of the principles you hold most deeply in your heart. I want you to own the principle of treating others with dignity. So I want you to be a revolutionary. I know this sounds grand and crazy, but it's necessary. And I promise you, the adult generation, the media, the partisan media, the algorithm, I'm sorry, too many politicians, they're not going to lead this revolution. They are looking, waiting for someone to force a change in our culture. I'm asking you to be that force. Try not to miss the little things. You can treat someone with dignity in the smallest of ways. Try not to slip into hatred because it will destroy you more than it will destroy others. Try not to be cynical. People will tell you to be cynical. They'll mock you when you're not cynical. But don't succumb to cynicism. If you need to, like me, build a practice. Maybe every day wake up. Make a list of what you're grateful for. Name the things, the people who have moved you, who have inspired you on that particular day. Be honest with yourself about your own need for growth, your own hunger for connection. You, every single one of you, are made to bring compassion and justice and love to the world. Whatever your profession, we all hunger for that. You are made to share your life and your gifts with others. You are made to shine. Tonight, you shine. Remember this night and make sure you remember that everyone else is made to shine too. So if you get discouraged, and sometimes you will, and I do too, I think of one man. I'll give you a role model. His name is Donald Page. Donald Page has significant intellectual disabilities. He was born healthy, but had many, many, many encounters with very severe infection, and at the age of 2 came home with his mother and father in the west of Ireland. His dad, a dairy farmer, to his 6 brothers and sisters, and was raised there, unable to speak and unable to care for himself, but happily raised in a family that loved him. I had the advantage of the opportunity to be in 2003 in Dublin, Ireland for the Special Olympics World Games, and I got a call one afternoon during the middle of the games from the president of Ireland who said, his assistant said, the president wants to come see Special Olympics. So I said, great, we'll go to the track. And they said, no, the president wants to go to the motor activities area. That's where people with the most significant challenges compete. And I thought to myself, oh my gosh, I hope it's gonna work, not sure. We showed up the next morning, 9 o'clock, and there was a riser like this in front of the crowd. There were almost 2,000 people in Dublin there to cheer for the athletes with the most significant challenges. And the first athlete to come out was Donald Page, and the tray was set in front of him, and his event was the beanbag lift. And there, his coach wheeled him out with all of her, you could see her love, and I was sitting there with the president, wondering what the president would think as she watched this. And the gun started, and you could see that Donald couldn't really move his arm to get to the beanbag. It was here, but his arm wouldn't go. And he took in the room, and there was a deathly quiet, everyone staring, and he couldn't do it. And I took a deep breath, wondering what the president was thinking as she watched. At the 3-minute mark, Donald Page finally got his hand onto that beanbag. And you heard a cheer from the crowd, a polite applause. And over the next 15 minutes, he slowly lifted that bag across that tray to the point where at the 18-minute mark, Donald Page put that bag down on the other side. And at this point, the whole place was standing, and we had tears streaming down our faces, and the president was cheering like it was the Final Four. And I looked at this man, 18 years old, everything against him. And what did I see? I saw a man who had drawn me little by little out of my head and back into my heart. All my assumptions, my fears, no matter how much I tried, I was still anxious about difference. But right in front of me, he took a chance on me. He took a chance on all of us. He was the brave man and the gifted man. Fellow graduates, we all need a lift. Be the class that leaves this campus determined to offer a lift to others. I dare say, be a dignity movement. I promise that whatever gifts you give from your heart will be returned to you 1,000,000 times over. Our country needs you badly, desperately, I dare say. Our country needs your passion, it needs your love, it needs your heart. Dignity, I dare say, is the foundation of a new form of American patriotism. All we need is enough leaders to take a chance. Just enough rebels, just enough outliers, just enough political outlaws willing to declare their independence from the culture of hatred and contempt for the sake of our country. I ask you, fellow Lakers, to be the avant-garde of the dignity movement and the dignity generation. Congratulations, and see you soon.
Good evening. My name is Jenny Hall-Jones, and I have the pleasure of serving you, our students, as your Vice President for Student Affairs. I am so pleased that we're here to celebrate you, our next alumni. It is my honor to introduce our student commencement speaker, Logan Miller. Now, Logan and I met each other a couple of months ago at a Cook Leadership program, and then a couple of weeks ago, we were at the Leadership Summit together, and we found out that we have the same leadership personality. And so, therefore, I know I'm going to love his speech, and I think you all will too. Logan is going to graduate today with 2 bachelors, one in mathematics and one in education. So please join me in welcoming your student speaker, Logan Miller.
Good evening, and thank you so much, Vice President Hall-Jones, for that wonderful introduction. You can say good evening back to me, too, if you want. It'll make me feel better. Oh, my God, that was sweet. Okay. When I got the call that I would be able to speak today, I knew there was one thing I had to say. I need every graduate in this room to think about someone that helped you get to this stage of your life. I want you to think, when was the last time you thanked that person? We live in a world where we believe we will always have that opportunity, but that couldn't be further from the truth. So if there's one thing, and one thing only you do today, please let it be this. Tell the people that helped you get here that you love them. And to my family, from the day I was born to speaking now, you have all been my #1 believers and supporters. Without every single one of you, there is no way I graduate, let alone speak today. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you, and I will love you all more than you ever know. Okay, I felt like we had a moment there, guys, so I'm gonna be honest. I'm feeling a lot of emotions right now. I'm equally parts excited and equally parts anxious. There's this thrilling uncertainty that goes through me when I think about the challenges and choices I'll have to face once I leave this room. But above all that, there's something I feel even more, a feeling of hope. I want to tell a story that encompasses that hope. About 3 months ago at my student teaching placement, I had a student miss about a week of school for something completely outside their control. Unfortunately, the student missed the test. So the day the student came back, I had to let them know that they missed the test and that we're gonna have to find a day to take it. As I was walking up to the student, I think they could tell what was up, because they looked me in my eyes and they told me, "I do not care about this test. I'm going to fail. Please just let me fail it today." And I paused. I really didn't know what to say. I did know one thing, though. I wasn't going to let this student fail that test. I told the student we'd find a different day to take it, and I went to my class later that night feeling defeated. I told my class this story, and what I was met with was just not great advice from my professors, but also my fellow student teachers. We came up with this amazing idea, breaking the test up into smaller sections and having it relate more to the student's life. In doing this, the student did amazing on the test, and it's a foundational reason for why I feel so hopeful. Here at GVSU, we've all gone through a challenge like this where we didn't have a solution at the beginning, especially going to college when we did, but we persevered. We showed resilience and strength. Here, our journey wasn't just about academic pursuits, but about building a community and coming together to solve problems. That, in essence, is the Laker effect, the power of community and resilience. Here at GVSU, we didn't just face adversity, we overcame it as one. We developed a unique skill set that prepared us to just not face, but stride through life's challenges. Our experiences taught us to think innovatively and support each other towards remarkable achievement. So as you walk out of this place to either find or chase your dreams, I want to echo the words of my role model, next North Carolina State basketball coach, Jimmy Valvano. Don't give up. Don't ever give up. This sentiment rings true for every individual in this room, and it's a reminder that challenges are not stop signs, but stepping stones. So I encourage you, step out of here today and spread the Laker effect. Spread the power of community resilience with everyone you meet, and along the way, please don't forget, we're all part of a larger story, a story of community, resilience, and hope. Thank you. I love you all. Congratulations to the class of 2024. Let's go, baby!
I can almost see it, that dream I'm dreaming, but there's a voice inside my head saying, you'll never reach it. Every step I'm taking, every move I make feels lost with no direction. My faith is shaking, but I gotta keep trying. Gotta keep my head held high. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's the climb. The struggles I'm facing, the chances I'm taking, sometimes might knock me down, but no, I'm not breaking. I may not know, but these are the moments that I'm gonna remember most. Just gotta keep going, and I gotta be strong. Just keep pushing on. There's always gonna be another mountain. I'm always gonna wanna make it move. Always gonna be an uphill battle. Sometimes I'm gonna have to lose. Ain't about how fast I get there. Ain't about what's waiting on the other side. It's a climb. Keep the faith, keep your faith. 'Cause it's all about the climb.
Thank you so much to our amazing musicians. And thank you, Logan, who just left to be ready to walk through the stage. So, Logan, you have a bright future in front of you as a public speaker, as a mathematician, and as an educator who knows how to lift every student's dignity. So, thank you so much for that. Good evening. I'm Fatma Mili, the Provost and Executive Vice President for Academic Affairs. I have the honor and privilege of serving all the faculty who serve the students. I'm so pleased to be with you tonight, to be celebrating you. So let's move to that part on celebrating you, our graduating class of 2024. Congratulations on your hard work, your perseverance, and all of your achievements that brought you to this moment. Will all the candidates who are receiving an educational specialist degree or a master's degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have successfully fulfilled the requirements of a graduate curriculum at Grand Valley State University. With the approval of faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the appropriate graduate degree.
Thank you. Exercising the authority of the Board of Trustees of Grand Valley State University, legally vested by the state of Michigan, and acting for the faculty of Grand Valley State University, I now confer upon you, who have fulfilled the appropriate requirements for your graduate degree with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. I place upon you the obligations which you must assume as graduates of this great university. As evidence of this degree, you will now receive your appropriate diploma.
You may be seated until ushered forward.
Good evening. I'm Dean Cheryl Soman, and I'm honored to be here this evening as we celebrate our graduates. Also joining us on stage is Jeff Pottiger, Associate Vice Provost for the Graduate School. Will the Marshal now present the educational specialists and master's candidates from the College of Education and Community Innovation to receive their diplomas.
Brianna Elaine Robinson. Faith Dysard. Christopher Bloom. Soraya Cooks. Kendra Avila. Haley DeBoer. Santana Marquez Mahoney. Carlin Sperling. Kaylee Dykma. Elena Peterson. Catherine Merrill. Abigail Shaner. Nicole Houston. Haley Batzer. Courtney McDonald. Lindsay Moore. Elizabeth Bertucci. Misty Johnson. Jack Boytel. William Barnwell. Allison Bray. Michaeline Rude. Rebecca Chino. Sydney Vanzie. Haley Felton. Zane Snarsky. Christine Sanborn. Nancy Luna Espino. Brenna McCann. Darcy Lynn Logan. Brittany Maggie Parker. Michaela Isabel Erdman. Patrick Ritt. Nicole Charlton. Stephanie Peterson. Sarah Myers. Alexis Acero. Diana Giles. Long Phi Ho. Joseph Wagoner. Morgan Nolan. Azari Rucker. Avery Rentz. Evan Potter. Bethany Zerny. Aaron Apel. Sangneu Tangsiantoi Sang. Sri Rakumari Mendu. Madhuri Gude. Elizabeth Pretzer. Jake Van Schaik. Anna Kate Gomez. Annika DeVries. Hannah Louise Cole. Aaron Thomas Steffen. Sandra Gavitt. Erica Feudold. Maria Backlund. Claire Dalian. Hannah Brown.
Madeline Roop.
Chiteu Nankonde Shishaleka.
Julian Silva.
Ashley Kohlenbrander. Michael Ebert. Jenna Izenga. Ty Reiser. Brittany Nguyen Clemish. Tom Humpage.
Caitlin Doyle.
Sarah Laidlaw. Hannah DeYoung. Matthew Lamphere.
Wesley Davis.
Jessica Kathleen Closter. Emma Vanderwall. Amanda Waters. Marley Neverth. Caroline Daniels. Kelsey Knoll. Danielle Sharp. Archie Smith IV.
Andre Adams.
Hannah Felty. Sophie Karima. Melissy Eunice Henry. Kaylee Campbell. Lindy Rome. Taylor Lincoln. Emma Pritt. Grace Rodell. Hannah Mead. Jonathan Bates. Nicolette Nelson. Sydney MacPhail. Brianna Haywood. Susan Lee. Tanya Castillo. Brian Wiggins. Alicia Brown. Bridget M. Bale. Linda Jean Reynard. Lucy Carpupno. Nicole Van Osen. Jasmine Wilson. Dylan Barone. Jenna Nicole Mazurik. Philip Brzezinski. Sydney Roop. Hope Archer. Anna McLaughlin. Ashley Latham. Wendy Peterson. Angela Leedy. Colton Cooper Heibel. Karen Redinger. Angel Burns. Matthew Laidlaw. L. Behringer. Alyssa Langan Cole. Kelly Harris. Emmy Mituda. Alexius Millering. Catherine Ritchie. Madison McLean. Madison Fisher. Caitlin Regal-Budo. Sydney Vishneski. Megan Hayun. Nicholas Scott Sarla. Shania Harvey.
Jill Palazzolo.
Abigail Bogitz. Abigail Decker. Emma Carr. Kayla Lang. Tanya Turvo. Cassidy Garcia. Nicole Wong. Ivy Murraw. Madison Matthews. Kathleen Marie Carpin. Patricia Okolo. Gabriella Fryer. Abby Majestic. Tania Judd. Aliana Johnson. Jennifer Hartstein. Samantha Southard. Tyler Nadeau. Danielle Ellis. Kelsey Campbell.
Scott Rusticus.
Ashley Elaine Sneary. Obed Amawako Boateng.
Emmanuel Addo. Abdulkader Mohammed Ais.
Taylor Howell. Aaliyah Bittner. Norel Hickman. Jules Eggerding. Jesse Van Bemden. Ariane Parks. Shaniqua Williams. Kristen Constantino. Tiana Williams. Maishan Cole. Sarah Hassan. Victoria Wright. Samantha Slusser. Madison Bowers. Josie Heinz. Sion Swoop. Dalen Woods.
Please join me in congratulating the educational specialist and master's graduates from the College of Education and Community Innovation.
Good evening. I'm Dean Paul Pledkowski, and I'm privileged to join you at this important event. Will the Marshal please present the master's candidates from the Seymour and Esther Padnos College of Engineering and Computing to receive their diplomas.
Ulubumi Oshaid. Ono Mudiana Charles Okurua.
Regan Ondiek.
Collins Onyango. Murtaza Badsha.
Randy Nguyen.
Esther Wanjeku Muchai. Jude Nogote.
Caitlin Salins Hack.
Selena S. Cade. Tyler Torren. Irene Kibet. Grace Winnie Manai. Charity Inlumia. Irene Alice. Beatrice Njiji. Paul Wachiori Warutumo. Arushi Sharma. Samuel Hudson Maangi. Casey Ripma. Spencer Nelson. Tristan Dembeck. Juan Paulo Palacios Vilches. Aaron Mulder. Zachary Rausch.
Anton Petrenko.
Samuel Minzy. Scott Hansen. Jacob Beatty. Russell Marvin. Nicholas Wrights. Jin Lu. Zach Veenstra. Usman Tahir Qureshi. Michelle Giri. Chris Wawero. Ian Mbaya. Hillary Keme. Divya Rator. Upoma Shaha. Shaheli Shin. Aravind Gurasaran Korukanda. Marwa Talbe. Tejaswi Manchanila. Selena Mohapatra. Simran Nayak. Anam Fatma. Himilita Sabinene. Yushashwini Villabueno. Kerr Wynn. Kayla Marie Rodeseiler. Sydney Hill. Max Kelly. Nathaniel Holmes. David Michael Joseph Pivick. Jenna Russell. Genevieve Wisby. Arya Zadok. Krista Rydecki. Vaishnavi Prakash Rasne, Jesse Mina, Samuel Nierega, Barnabas Kariaki, Rupesh Siragunta,
Naga Venkata Durga Vamsi Praveen Vora,
Sujit Prakash Parsa, Akil Dandeti, Joy Veri, Ann Mutabari, Polly Kanana, Beryl Lekaram, Diksha Shrestha, Roshan Shrestha, Bibash Lama.
Please join me in congratulating the master's graduates from the Padnos College of Engineering and Computing.
Congratulations again to the new alumni of our graduate programs. Will all candidates who are receiving a bachelor's degree please stand? Madam President, these candidates have successfully fulfilled the requirements of an undergraduate curriculum at Grand Valley State University. With the approval of the faculty, they are now presented to you to receive the appropriate baccalaureate degree.
Exercising the authority of the Board of Trustees of Grand Valley State University, legally vested by the state of Michigan, and acting for the faculty of Grand Valley State University, I now confer upon you who have fulfilled the appropriate requirements your baccalaureate degree, with all the rights and privileges thereunto pertaining. I place upon you the obligations which you must assume as graduates of this institution. As evidence of this degree, you will now receive your diploma.
You may be seated until ushered forward. Thank you.
Will the Marshal now present the candidates from the College of Education and Community Innovation?
Madison Post, Jacqueline Flores, Destiny Diamond, Megan Hieronymus, Sandra Menares, Amanda Feeman, Lindsay Michelle Kunch, Olivia Griswinski, Jamie Benson, Logan Miller, Alexis Alleman, Briley Philman, Morgan DeVries, Joshua Powell, Ryan Durkee, Rebecca Edwards, Taylor Ferrier, Andrew Young, Lexi Rosansky, Rayanne Weber, Faith McKinney, Shayna Van Wagner, Ellen Smoose, Cleo Cordis, Chantel Carranza, Robin Hamming, Abigail Smith, Aria Nolan, Fatima Nicole Vasquez, Aaron Jacob, Megan McGilvray, Grace Heiss, Landon Howell.
Tanner Chadha.
Ethan Bond. Yasmin Elamayu. Rose Connie. Kayla Shensi. Genevieve Mary. Connor Gray. Christina Owens. Sydney Lynn. Evan Rohde. Amber Price. Hannah Grimes. Michael Nork. Rachel Ramont. Paige Kennedy McGinnis. Shayna Swinson. Pranita Vorganti. Isabella Hazel. Samantha Schulz. Sydney Nesbitt. Mary Grace Johnson. Haley Dimstra. Chloe Dorr. Aubrey Rupert. Carolyn Crush. Ava Vargas. Sydney Sparks. Hunter Young. Kaylee Ikema. Abby Goodike. Delaney Battaglia. Mackenzie Donahue. Desiree Harris. Jennifer Lewandowski. Madison Ladow. Caitlin Michelle Stewart. Brennan Crevier. Mackenzie Linton. Cade Holland. Randy Ballou. Griffin Jarmo. Stephanie Hernandez. Stephanie Vasquez. Naomi Lizanne Seahen. Brennan Stevens. Julie Beloli. Nicole Dion. Danielle Niemeyer. Casey Jeffries. Claire Marshall. Marla Anderson. Megan Crowley. Katie Hogan. Stephanie Ramirez. Hunter Wojciechowski. Michael Grebe. Carrie Ann Rodman. Chad Steffes. Elizabeth Van Ort. Kelly Paddock. Alexandria Ward. Alex Beecham. Taylor Walters. Haley Smith. Hannah Barnum. Elena Denton Walsh. Amanda Fulreedy. Dontre Richard Wyrick. Makara Stoffers. Mackenzie Givens. Natalie Kettlehut. Darian Yee. Hunter Welch. Rebecca Dennis. Callie Farber. Olivia Kuiper. Paige Weber. Tiffany Stegink. Emma Walsh. Elena Rose Monroe. Victoria Mears. Athena Dove Gillespie. Carissa Kaufman. Ben Biermacher. Elena Parker. Megan Call. Sophia Paisano. Michaela Durham. Jalen Denzel. Matthew Moeller. Bryn Spears. Summer Weatherby. Bailey Reed, Emily Lowe's, Bridget Rogers, Emily Palak, Madeline Van Vliet, Sarah Sicoli, Jordan Panazzo, Alyssa Churchill, Chloe Wynn Marsh, Caitlin Sullivan, Heidi DeBest, Nicole Cieslak, Catherine Erickson, Mackenzie Dreves, Elena Lee Camp, Cassandra Denhoff, Griffin Cernetich, Michael Allen, Daniel Granda, Saga B. McPherson, Sydney Schomer, Allison Serene, Claire Yokobitis, Alexis Kelly, Sebastian Gillette, Catherine Bunting, Madeline Westlock, Kiera Henderson,
Caitlin Escobar, Brandon Steinley,
Brooke Campbell, Marin Ponitz, McKenna Chestalowski, Michael Whitlock, Lauren Ivy, Alexa Zarnick, Ileana Argueta, Aubrey Brarley, Cheyenne Orlando, Ava Herberger, Brooke Lutzy, Aiden Yeager, Haley Morgan Nash, Alexis Wood,
Eliana Brisk,
Kerrigan Plimmel, Hannah Hickman, Takia Wilkinson, Amalia Flores, Carmen Scott, Emma Wells, Olivia Minkinen, Grace Mahon, Gavin Clark, Kevin Lewis, Michael Paul, Carly Owen, Paige Ronka, Jenna Lenzi, Madison Cole, Keegan Colcleisure, Megan Wright, Olivia Meadow, Jenna Adama, Stephanie Gallegos, Frida R. Campos, Alexa Cipaneri, Caitlin Parker, Jordan Morrison, Kaya Quinlan, Megan Morley, Megan Snowink, Elise Dulseth, Zari Kruger, Vanessa Lopez, Jimeli Reyes, Lindsay Birmingham, Sydney Lynn Swart, Jace Parker, Selena Pohl, Rebecca Hendrickson, Bailey Aronson, Haley Ferris, Aubrey Chambers, Taylor Rule, Connor Roberts, Blake Charbonneau, Emily Ellsworth, Trenton Nemick, Seth Hoonhorst, Stephanie Bannock, Owen Maurice, August Urban, Erica Dykstra Beld, Taylor Crayley, Jacob Shepard, Hannah Katz,
Eden Slavsky,
Alyssa Atkins, Drew Ann Gladding, Sarah Lewin, Nathaniel Nardin, Claire Jansma, Tessa Munster, Anna Kurtz, Olivia Nicole Mueller, Julie Ferrier, Reese Zeller, Maddie Slachter, Jessica Kelsey, Maisie James, Taylor Overman, Jasmine Silva, Madison Nicole Kelly, Olivia Rocky, Denisha Hornberger, Nicole Mayer, Avery Wade, Alexis Swihart, Audrey West, Amber Bernatowitz, Jimena Torres Gomez,
Trey Abbott,
Ava Hughes Rivera, Bria Buckin, Isabel Olson, Sarah Feely, Elise Redman, David Msafiri, Alexis Brown, Monet Hawkins Day, Madison Koss, Paige Wagner, McKenna Rosich,
Danielle Carlini,
Quinn Gabriel, Asia Frick McNamee, Rachel Smith, Madeline Kleinhexel, Emma Scott, Lindsay Flack, Grace Yeoman, Savannah Holmes, Lindsay Campanen, Grayson Seagard, Claire Melnick, Olivia Mishler, Haley Leneman, Brielle Davenport, Justin Doherty, Morgan Beers, Madeline Shepard,
Kelsey Shive,
Haley Garcia, Riley Kelly, Sydney Ammons, Sammy Craig, Lauren Parcell, Anab Ibrahim, Jenna Sitarsky, Catherine White, Catherine Weatherholt, Audrey Robinson, Kristen Knieper, Emma Raridan, Sarah Flannery, Skylar Gelock, Victoria Cooksey, Sophia Bates, Mackenzie Joy LaForge, Mac B, Mackenzie Ward, Alana Appel, Kaylee Hubble, Lena Shoemaker, Marissa Hugler, Kayla Roberts, Lorena Rodriguez, Callie Dobrinsky, Carla Fuentes Rivas, Paige Forcucci, Eleanor Kerber, Vanessa Shout, Sydney Carrick, Jacob Ritzema, Suzanne Henn, Madeline Evans, Kayla McElroy, Isabella Mihalovich, Kate Snow, Isabella De Guzman, Emma Cook, Carly Curtis, Emily Kelly, Jaden McCoy, Caitlin Nippa, Elena Mary Emily Carpenter, Amanda Kelly, Joshua Hayes, Leah Rebecca Marie Dalma, Anna Kelly, Mackenzie Fredicangeli, Bergen Boldhouse, Mackenzie Green, Saray Figueroa, Allison Graham, Maria McCarthy, Chloe Hauser Potter, Lindsay Kelly, Lily Herbstreit, Robert Gillette, Aidan Martin, Jadelyn D. Clowney, Kayla Sanford, Daniela Centeno, Priscilla Narte, Paige Fresh, Destiny Gross, Capri Miller, Riley Warner, Erica Mitchkey, Michaela Kirtland, Emma Goshgarian, Nathan J. Schmuckel, Jordan Gradowski, Thomas Timmerman, Ava Stebbins, Eve Morgelis,
Aaron Gallagher,
Joel Anderson, Nicole Barnes, Norman Dunbar II, Cole Hoff, Ida Woldemichael, Morgan Bowers, Catherine Peterson, Giselle Becerra, Lisa Sonke, Austin Holbrook, Ellie Cavalos, Alana Swanson,
Riley Mitchell.
Please join me in congratulating the graduates from the College of Education and Community Innovation.
Will the marshals please present the candidates from the Patmos College of Engineering and Computing?
Jason Willie, Jacob Whitman, Jacob Davis, Noah Arden, Jackson Gilman, Cody Perrick, Jacob Camrad, Isaac Baukamp, Alec Gonzalez, Evan Hayes, Nick Summers, Jeremiah Adkins, Zachary Collins, Trinity Rudbin, Parker Remy Hedrick, Logan Heft, Madison Hinman, Alex Catan, Travis Johnson, Thomas Jones, Seth Wolfgang, Skylar Ryder, Benjamin Howe. Brandon Baker. Ian Ostrander. Andrew Lotunsky.
Kathleen Olmsted.
Noah Marin. Catherine Abernathy. Joshua Cisnewski. Caleb Bahalabi. Ming Tran. Brendan Kaufman. Jesse Thomas Carter. Andrew Hoover. Daniel Ostrander. Christian Humbert. Cruz Martinez. Stephanie Moore. Braden Lane. Christopher Polovarchik. Caleb Dykstra. Damian Cole. Jacob Nye-Heisel. Benjamin Jenkins. Jacob Frollo. Lily Andrasek. Ellen Stolarski. Kara Frank. Tristan Gilchrist. Nicholas Tibby. Brett Huff. Jochan Tamang. Jacob Joannis. Killian Marshall. Corey Hodge. Megan Day. Jessica Corner. Nicholas Snyder. Anthony Vroman. Nicholas Stanley. Owen DeLee. Nicholas Raptis. Jaime Malone. Jacob Slaybaugh. Jed Horst. Trevor Vetters. Zachary Hassey. Ryan Jensen. Mason Simmet. Tommaso Visani. Andrew Ferguson. Ethan Frederick Bach. Connor Finkel. Jordan Ryan Cooper. Nicholas Halstead.
Brendan Wharton.
Timothy Peterson. Andrew Goodling. Jackson Ritter. Blake Sanderson. Nathan English. Andrew Newman. Benjamin Marth. Skylar Lamley. Caroline Lozada. Ali Mohammed. Edgar Velasquez. Joshua McNabb. Connor Keenan. Alex Konwerski. Mitchell Peters. Cooper Wilson. Brett Godmer. Wilson Armstrong. Shay Jensen. Noah Myers. Zar Mendoza. Rachel Elizabeth Jackway. Sarah Isabel White. Maxwell Rauch. Samuel Matthew Winnicky. Tyler Williams. Simon Novak. Gabriel Petashek. Jake Carlson. Corbin Ellens. Grant Stroop. William Lappa. Ian Russell. Devin Brown. Corey DeGasperis. Jasmine Finney. Claire Grobe. Caroline Carlson.
Damian Afienko.
Natalie Taylor. Katie Creech. Brian Soriano. Catherine Ottenwes. Natalie Klein. Kira Brightonwisher. Julian Che. Tu Win. Lucas Myers. Marcus White Jr. Alejandro Juventino Martin. Aiden Bixler. Kyle Metcalf. Ryan Joe Berry. Kelsey Ann Marquez. Aaliyah Lloyd. Willow Biggs. Catherine Greenberg. Megan Sikora. Miabella Villa. Timothy Tobias. Brendan Rodriguez. Roger Miret Sala. Jeremiah Serrateno. Stephanie Bixby. Alexandra McKay. Zachary Peters. Jack Lukomsky. Dustin Ecker. Charles Bilesma. Morgan Sturman. Elijah Brasser. Jacob Umler.
Please join me in congratulating the graduates from the Padnos College of Engineering and Computing.
And before he takes his seat, this man here, I would like to acknowledge with his final commencement, with the final PCE's commencement, my colleague, Paul Podkowski, Dean for 33 years here at Grand Valley State University. And now, last but not least, will the Marshal please present the candidates from the Brooks College of Interdisciplinary Studies.
Veronica Campbell. Lauren Visser. Claudia Walker. Kaylee Blick. Megan Staley. Emma Sherman. Elizabeth St. John. Jonathan Jahaki. Elena Nordheis. Owen Dwayne Brennan. Sheridan McCarthy. Ethan Liederman. Samuel Sella. Esperanza Schwartz. Andrew Viumvuhore. Ella Carr.
Dagon McClure Sycama.
Logan Schatz. Isabel Timmer.
Avery Cohn.
Brandon Walton. Alexander Radlitz. Grant Newhall. Vladimir Tomorsky. Sarah Fontaine. Ruhi Khanna. John Reed. Dylan Drake. Parker Heiss. Madeline Brennan. Anna McCarthy. Ryan Yaklin.
Christopher Saylor.
Claudia Fitzpatrick. Ryan Schmidt. Mercedes Steele.
Angie Weist.
Keith Knapp. Alexander Verheek. Caitlin Denoyer. Andrew Bozum. Troy Tissio. Nolan Cooper. Kendra Slater. Isabella Notarnicola. Anthony Haley. Lucas Da Silva. Skylar Dre-Sati. Claire Blackburn. Sarah Perks. Dalton Brenke. Natalie Halsey. Dylan Evans. Jordan Evans. Jason King. Shelby Christine Anderson Putnam. Devin Shiflett. Brian Roberts. Bella DeVola. Vivian Gaskin. Allison Mansfield. Laura Colley. Zoe Braun. Tyler Quinn. Kayla Schroeder. Anna Snyder.
Luke Sidwell.
JVR Suggs. Jalen Omonte Fitzpatrick. Noelle Holt. Miranda Ganyu. Caitlin Machuda. Susan Hoffman. Alicia Marie Guerra. Sarah Romine. Mary Beth Ford. Michael King.
Please join me in congratulating the graduates from the Brooks College of Interdisciplinary Studies. And let's give another round of applause for all of our graduates. Will all who are able please stand and join us in the singing of our alma mater?
Hail to the Grand Valley, we're loyal, steadfast, true. Praise our alma mater, we pledge our faith to you. Keep your banners flying, black and white and blue. We sing to the Grand Valley, united we're for you.
Thank you so much to the singers and also to the piano player. At this time, will all the individuals who have received their bachelor's degree please remain standing? Everyone else may be seated. In a minute, I will ask you to follow the time-honored tradition of moving your tassel from right to left. Upon graduation, your tassel is placed on the left side of your motherboard. This change appears simple, but in fact, it's not a small thing. It's a symbolic of the semesters of hard work, intellectual curiosity, and your determination to succeed. I hope you feel the joy of your accomplishments as I now ask you to please take your tassel with me, move it from the right to the left side of your motherboard to signify the fact that you are now a college graduate. Congratulations.
Congratulations, graduates.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, Lakers, and welcome to the alumni family. Our alumni are proud of your accomplishments and celebrating alongside of you this weekend.
Today, you become a part of the GVSU Alumni Network, a strong and growing network of Lakers here to empower you in achieving your personal and professional goals.
Being a Laker for a lifetime is this really beautiful community that you are a part of, especially once you graduate. And there's a lot of pride around being a Laker.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, you did it.
Graduates, you may be seated. I promise you I don't have another long speech, so we're good. First of all, congratulations, you made it. Remember to harness the strength and resolve that got you here. Remember to thank those who helped you along the way. Remember to cherish the friends you've made, and remember to share your gifts in a way that builds a brighter future for all who are lucky enough to be a part of your life. Remember, Lakers lead, Lakers give back, and Lakers stay connected to one another at Grand Valley State University. Go forward and soar.
Congratulations again to our graduates. Thanks to the families and friends for attending this commencement celebration. These commencement proceedings are now concluded. Graduates, you will be dismissed by roll. For the rest of us, please remain where you are until the faculty and the platform officials recess. Thank you.